My girlfriend was disrespectful to my parents, but they loved her. I decided to break up with her, and now she regrets it. At the mall, the boss suddenly announced an emergency meeting. I didn't have my earbuds with me, so in a hurry I threw on some pants, grabbed my girlfriend's, and went to the living room. Serena got out of bed, snatched the earbuds from me and shouted, "These are my personal property. Who told you you could use them?" I was furious. "Why didn't you say that when we were in bed?" Serena clutched her earbuds, glaring at me. The irony was I bought her that latest model. Meanwhile, my phone was buzzing with my boss's scolding. I couldn't be bothered to argue with her, so I found a quiet place to take the meeting alone. Sure enough, because of what had just happened, my boss gave me a thorough dressing down. When I got back, Serena was gone. A text message popped up. She wanted to break up. I suddenly felt exhausted. This relationship was so draining. Serena was the daughter of my mom's elementary school classmate. After graduation, my mom and Serena's mother introduced us, and we officially started dating 6 months ago. According to my mom, our families were close and well known. The two families become in-laws would be perfect. But was it really? In the 6 months Serena and I had been together, I paid for everything whenever we went out. I had to give her gifts, transfer money, and buy her the luxury goods she wanted. But she never reciprocated, not even once. I originally thought it was okay to spend money on my future wife. But today, all I did was use her earbuds, and she reacted so strongly. It made me really start to doubt. Was Serena really the one I was looking for? The next morning, before I even woke up properly, I got a call from Serena's mother. "Mike, are you up yet?" I replied groggily. "Not yet, Aunt. Is something wrong?" "Well, I was going to go pick up some goods today, but my car suddenly broke down, and the customer needs them urgently. Could you come over now and help me haul the goods?" Serena's mother ran a business. Her husband had passed away a few years ago, and she was running the shop on her own. "Okay, I'll be right there." I resignedly got out of bed, sighed, got dressed, and hurried to the shop. Even though Serena and I had had a disagreement, Serena's mother was still my mom's friend. I should help her out. By the time I finished delivering the goods, it was noon. Serena's mother stood to one side, counting the inventory. "Mike, I won't keep you for lunch. I have to go see a client this afternoon. Go take care of your own things." I didn't know what to say. By the time I drove back, it was already afternoon. Just as I was about to grab a quick bite to eat, I suddenly noticed that my car was as dirty as if it had been rolling around in a mud pit. Not just the body, but the trunk and even the back seat were covered in mud. It must have rubbed off when Serena's mother was loading the goods. I looked at the mess, feeling a little helpless. Sigh. The car washes were all packed this time of year. I had no choice but to go get it washed first and eat after. I ended up waiting in line at the car wash for a very long time. By the time I got back, it was already dark. As soon as I got upstairs, I saw Serena standing angrily in front of my door. "Why didn't you reply to my message yesterday? Why didn't you answer my calls today? Mike, do you want to break up?" I was tired and hadn't eaten all day, so my tone was a little harsh. "You're the one who said break up, why would I reply? I spent half the day helping your mother with deliveries, and I haven't eaten a bite. Can you just give me a break?" She widened her eyes as if she'd never heard me speak to her so sharply. She completely ignored my second sentence. "Fine. Break up then, you'll regret it." With that, she ran off. I was too exhausted to deal with her anymore, so I went home. But I soon regretted it. It was so late, Serena was running around alone. I didn't know if she got home okay, if she might be in danger. I tried to call her, but I found that I'd been blacklisted. Blacklisted again. Whenever she was unhappy, she'd blacklist me and bring up breaking up. She'd brought it up countless times in the past 6 months. I threw my phone away and lay back down in bed, trying not to think about her. Just as I was about to fall asleep, the phone rang. "Mike, what have you done? Why is Serena calling me crying, saying you want to break up with her? You try breaking up with her. Her mother and I are classmates. How are our families supposed to face each other after you break up?" "Mom, I'm not the one who brought up breaking up." I told her what had happened, feeling a little helpless. She was silent for a moment. "Oh well, you still can't let her run around outside so late at night. I'll talk to her, and you apologize to her, and you two should get along. I'm still hoping you two will get married soon. Mom, can you please stop meddling in our affairs?" She exploded at that. "I'm your mother. Who's going to take care of you if I don't? Marriage is a big deal. I have to oversee it personally. Serena is a good girl I picked out, you treat her right. The daughter-in-law I choose is definitely top-notch." Her firm voice came through the receiver. But what? Are you not listening to me? Your father died early, and I worked hard to raise you, and now you're not listening to your mother? I felt a little powerless. Whenever she was unhappy, she'd say these things. I fell silent, no longer arguing. Early the next morning, I got a call from Serena. Open the door. I opened the door, and Serena was actually standing outside. As soon as she saw me, she rushed into my arms looking pitiful. Mike, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to argue with you. I was just in a bad mood yesterday. I didn't really want to break up. My mom called me and told me what you did. I know I was wrong. Forgive me, okay? She even snuggled into my arms on purpose. I thought about what my mom had said last night. I sighed. Okay, just don't do it again. Serena and I made up again and we went back to our previous life. This day I drove to pick her up. Because the next day was a holiday, I planned to take her home to meet my mom. Ever since we got together, I'd wanted to bring her home to meet my mom, but she always made excuses to avoid it. This time, maybe it was because of the argument a few days ago, she felt guilty and finally agreed. I waited for her at her workplace. As soon as she got in the car, her face looked a little off. My heart instantly tightened. What's wrong? She shook her head, refusing to say anything. I couldn't help it. My mom had already prepared the food and was waiting for us, so I had to take her home first. I thought she was just throwing a tantrum in the car. I didn't expect her to throw a tantrum at my mom after we got home. As soon as we entered the house, my mom greeted us warmly. This must be Serena. You're so pretty, come in and sit down. Serena looked unhappy, and she didn't reply. I nudged her, but she slapped my hand away. Seeing the smile on my mom's face starting to freeze, I explained, Mom, Serena might not be used to it yet. Oh, that's right, I forgot. This is Serena's first time here, isn't it? Don't be shy, just make yourself at home, come in, come in. I pulled her in, but at first I couldn't move her. She seemed to be competing with me, deliberately standing outside without moving. I used a little force to pull her in. As soon as we entered the living room, I realized that my uncle was also there. I came to see Mike's girlfriend. He said with a smile, You're Serena, right? I'm Mike's uncle. Serena still acted as if she were deaf. She didn't want to pay attention to anyone and just kept looking at the ground, ignoring everyone's greetings, not answering no matter how they called her. I felt a little embarrassed and invited my uncle to sit down and eat. Throughout the meal, Serena didn't say a word, and she didn't touch a single grain of rice in her bowl. When asked why she wasn't eating, whether the food wasn't to her liking, she didn't respond. After a while, everyone tacitly stopped asking. The meal was eaten in silence. After dinner, Mom and Uncle Lucas both pulled out a gift. Serena, this is just a little something from your aunt and uncle for your first visit. Please accept it. Mom tried to put the gift in her hands, but she stood there like a statue, unmoving. Suddenly, the gift fell to the ground. She didn't react, acting as if it were none of her concern and made no effort to pick it up. I was completely furious. What do you want? Who are you trying to impress with this terrible attitude all night? She still didn't respond, just glared at me angrily. Then she ran out the door in a huff. I didn't want to deal with her at all. Let her run. Mom quickly pulled me back. Did you make her mad? Go after her. What could I have done? I felt very wronged. Mom picked up the gift from the floor and handed it to me. Go smooth things over with your girlfriend and give her the gift. Mom, I don't want to. She has no respect for you. Didn't you see that? Mom pushed me. Oh, it's nothing. I don't care about that. Just go, do you hear me? Are you not going to listen to me? Go now, I said. Fine, fine. I'm going, okay. I got up and walked out with the gift. When I got to the car, I saw Serena standing there, kicking the car door. I quickly ran over to stop her. What are you doing? Who upset you again tonight? I knelt down to check. My car was scratched. I'd have to get it repainted. Serena, seeing that I wasn't concerned about her at all but was checking the car, pushed me hard and shouted, Why didn't you buy me flowers when you picked me up today? I was completely shocked. Just because of that? What else? Isn't that important? I was getting angry. Just because of that, you treated my family like that. Did they say anything bad to you? Did you respect them? You didn't buy me flowers, I'm very angry. I was too angry to speak. Do whatever you want. I threw down that sentence and got into the car. Serena got in too. I didn't stop her. Even though I was very angry, I couldn't leave her there late at night. I drove in silence, dropped her off at home, and left without saying a word. Before leaving, Serena snatched the gift my mom gave her, glared at me as she got out of the car. Since that day, Serena and I hadn't been in contact. As the end of the year approached, the company was very busy, and I often worked late. Today, as soon as I left the office, I received a message from Serena. I glanced at it. The gist was that she was scolding me for my bad attitude toward her that day, and said that dating me was the greatest honor for me, and finally questioned if I wanted to break up. I was too tired to reply and went home and went straight to sleep. The next morning, I received a call from Serena's mom. "What's going on with you and Serena? Why does she say you want to break up with her?" I knew she had gone to complain again. I had to explain to her mother. She listened in silence for a while, then explained. Mike, Serena's dad, passed away a few years ago. She couldn't accept it, and her personality changed a bit. "Please be more understanding, okay?" I didn't say anything. "Go talk to her nicely. Serena cried all night yesterday. Can't you guys talk things through?" "Mike, to be honest, I still like you very much. I hope you'll be my son-in-law. I don't want anyone else but you." Before I could reply, she said, "Okay, you two must be good to each other. Oh, by the way, I have a business deal to discuss, and I need someone to help. Can you come help me out?" I hesitated. "But I have to work these next few days." "Oh, just take a day off. Come over, and I'll still pay you your salary, okay? You know, Serena's dad passed away a few years ago, and I've been relying on myself all these years." "Okay, Aunt, I'll come right over." When I was about to leave after helping, Serena's mom didn't mention anything about payment. I understood when I saw her casually urging me to go back to work quickly. Today was another day of working for her for free. When I got back to the company, I was scolded by my boss as expected. "What are you taking time off for when things are so busy? Do you still want a bonus?" I lowered my head, not daring to say a word. "Half a month's pay is deducted." "Okay, get back to work." I walked out of the office numbly. As the holidays approached, Mom called. "Invite Serena over for Christmas dinner. You have to bring her or don't come home." I replied casually. After Serena's mom called me, I proactively sent Serena several messages. But she either replied a few days later, or her attitude was perfunctory. Today, I told her about going home for Christmas dinner. In the evening, she replied slowly. "Fine." She reluctantly agreed. Christmas Eve. This time I bought flowers early and prepared a Christmas gift for her. She looked reluctant when she got in the car, but she still accepted the gift. I was slightly relieved. Nothing should go wrong this time. After dinner, "We'll go back to your house to celebrate Christmas with your mom." She nodded slowly. When we got home, Mom had already prepared a large Christmas feast. Uncle Lucas, Grandpa, Grandma, all the family was there. The family sat around chatting lively. They were all curious about Serena. Since this was the first time I brought a girl home for Christmas, and everyone started asking about her life. But Serena just sat there playing on her phone, and wasn't interested in answering the questions. Sometimes she didn't even reply at all. I was a little anxious, afraid they would think too much, so I changed the subject to smooth things over. It wasn't until it was time to eat. I was busy serving rice, serving dishes, so busy I was dizzy. In the blink of an eye, Serena was gone. Mom asked me anxiously, "Where's Serena? Wasn't she just here?" I was also anxious to find her, and finally found her at the door. She didn't know when she took my car keys and was walking outside. "Where are you going?" "It's almost time to eat," she said without turning her head. "My mom is eating Christmas dinner alone." "Why?" "I want to go back and have Christmas dinner with her," I quickly explained. "I know, that's why I said after we eat, we'll go to your mom's house to celebrate Christmas with her. I won't come back tonight." "Why do we have to eat first? Didn't we agree on that?" "You agreed in the beginning to." "I don't want to now." Watching my willful and unreasonable girlfriend drive away in my car, Mom came up to me and asked, "What's wrong? Why did Serena leave? Did you make her mad again?" I was silent. "Never mind her, let's eat first, the food will get cold." Mom wouldn't listen and insisted on making me tell her the reason. She told me to comfort Serena. "Mom, I don't want to go." She left on her own late at night, preventing the whole family from eating Christmas dinner. Why should I go find her? It's not like I made her leave. Mom glared at me very angrily. Then I could only make a phone call myself. Soon the call was connected. I couldn't hear what Serena was saying on the other end. I only saw Mom talk to her for a few words and then happily hung up. "Go now, go find Serena now." She drove my car away. "Where am I going to find her?" I said this, originally wanting to dispel Mom's idea. Unexpectedly, she said, "Serena just got home, and it's embarrassing to ask her to come over again." Hurry up and take a taxi over there. I widened my eyes. Mom, are you kidding me? I'm not going. For the first time, I thought my mom was crazy. Uncle Lucas came over, wondering why we weren't going to eat. Then the whole family stopped eating and gathered around. It's all him. He made the girl angry, and now he won't go find her. I said I didn't do anything. I explained to Uncle Lucas simply. Mom, I want to break up with her. Mom looked like she had heard some earth-shattering news, her eyes widened, and she roared at me with a pale face. Mike, are you trying to make me mad during the holidays? We're just not compatible, and she repeatedly disrespects people. But Mom thinks Serena is a good kid. In short, you're not allowed to break up. The silent Uncle Lucas suddenly spoke up. If Mike really doesn't want to, then forget it. Besides, the girl might not want to either. Mike will find someone better. Impossible. Like him, he doesn't even want to chase a girl. What kind of person will he find? You're not allowed to break up. Go to Serena's house now. If you don't listen to me, don't come home in the future. My brain was about to explode. Seeing that Mom was about to continue, I had to compromise. To prevent arguments, I can only agree to go find Serena. When I took a taxi to Serena's house, they had already finished dinner. Seeing me come, Serena gave me a big eye roll, pretending not to see me. Serena's mom greeted me warmly. Mike, have you eaten? My words were on the tip of my tongue, but I didn't say them. You're here just in time. I have to go to a client's house, but the car is out of gas. Can you take me? I silently didn't say what was in my heart. Okay. When I got back to Serena's house, it was already 10 o'clock at night. Serena's mom gave me a blanket and told me to get some rest. I curled up in the cold bed, waiting for the clock to strike midnight. This must be the worst Christmas ever. After Christmas, I went to work as usual and kept in occasional contact with Serena. Everything was fine. I could cope with Mom and have free time. Before, when I was with Serena, after work I would either accompany her shopping or follow her to pay the bill. I had to rush to buy her gifts after every fight, and even cheap stuff wouldn't cut it. Finally, some peace and quiet. As for Serena and me, I'm done with it. But then my mom called. Son, time to start preparing to buy a house and get married. I've already talked to Serena's mother. Once you buy a house, you and Serena can get married. My mom's joyful voice crackled through the phone. I frowned hard. Mom, I don't want to get married just yet. My mom exploded. Who told you that? What will you do when you get old if you don't get married? Everyone gets married. Now that you finally have someone to marry, you don't want to? Are you crazy? I felt helpless. I didn't say I wouldn't, I said not yet. Not even temporarily. I've already told her mother and Serena that you'll buy a house and marry Serena. And Serena's name has to be on the title. I was shocked. Why? Your aunt insisted there's no why. You'll be family after you get married, it's just adding a name. I was silent for a while and finally gave in. After all these years of working, I'd saved a lot of money, and even though I'd spent a lot on Serena, I could still scrape together a down payment. So when I had some free time, I went to look at houses. I even asked Serena to go with me so we could decide together if we both liked it. But she always made excuses, so I had to go alone. After looking for days, I finally found one I liked. But comparing it to my savings, I was still short $3,000. It was the beginning of the month, and payday was still a ways off. And I didn't want my mom to help with the down payment. This house was in high demand and I wanted to lock it down quickly. So I turned to Serena. Since her name would be on the title anyway, borrowing the money shouldn't be a problem. And I wasn't trying to freeload. I'd pay her back as soon as I got my next paycheck. But after I explained the situation, she flatly refused. No way. I thought she'd forgotten what my mom had told her, so I quickly added, your name will be on the house. No way. I was worried she didn't think I'd pay her back. I'll pay you back as soon as I get paid next month. I'll even sign a note if you want. I said no. Do you not understand? I was completely silent. I decided not to buy the house. Serena's mother called to ask about the progress, and I told her the truth. My mom called to ask, and I told her about Serena's attitude. Honey, if you needed money, you should have asked me. Why borrow from outsiders? Ha, that's rich. When it came to adding her name, she wasn't an outsider, but when it came to lending money, she was. A few days later, Serena's mother came to see me again. Seeing that I was acting differently, she suggested that Serena and I get married first and buy the house later. When my mom found out, she was ecstatic. Son, hurry up and marry Serena. Mom, does this marriage really have to happen? What do you think? Your aunt only wants you to get married. She'd been nagging me to get married ever since I graduated college. Seeing me get married was her only wish. She'd said more than once that once I got married, her mission would be complete. Mom, if that's what you want. Okay. After all, marriage is a big deal, and as the date approached, I got a little excited. To make the memory even better, I spent thousands of dollars to hire a team to set up a proposal scene. I asked Serena out, wanting to surprise her. And just as I expected, she teared up. I slipped the diamond ring on her finger. With her I do. I finally breathed a sigh of relief. She should be satisfied now. She shouldn't throw any more tantrums. But as it turned out, I was still too naive. The next day, I gave her the gold necklace and gold ring I'd bought. Then we went to the courthouse to get our marriage license. As we were getting close, she suddenly said, "What kind of cheap ring did you buy? The diamond is so small." Huh. This is already considered big. I'd spent thousands on that ring. She still looked unhappy. "Can I get you a bigger one later?" She didn't say anything. Then she threw everything, including the ring, at me. "Who wants your junk?" I was stunned, unsure of what to do. Just then we arrived at the courthouse. I sat in the car, not knowing whether to get out. She was silent for a moment, then grabbed the ring and necklace and got out of the car first. I followed her silently into the courthouse. Once inside, we filled out the forms and got ready to take pictures. While submitting the documents, Serena suddenly said, "I don't want to get married." I stood there staring at her at a loss. The staff immediately stopped what they were doing and shouted, "These two aren't getting married voluntarily. Stop immediately." In an instant, everyone's eyes were on me. I felt utterly ashamed. I felt like a joke. The result was naturally a breakup. The funny thing was, after I got home, Serena's phone calls came in like crazy. When I didn't answer, she sent me text after text. She said she was just scared, that's why she backed out of the wedding. She apologized, saying she'd thought it through now and wanted to marry me right away. Ah, go to hell. Whoever wants to get married can get married. I didn't reply to a single one, and after blocking her, the world was a lot quieter. Soon after, I received a call from my mom. "Mike, what's going on? Aunt told me you're not getting married again? Are you trying to drive me crazy? Why aren't you getting married when everything was going so well? Then ask her. Ask her why she agreed beforehand, and then backed out. Aunt told me she was just too scared and nervous. That's why she temporarily changed her mind, but she's thought it through now. People have thought it through, so why won't you marry her?" "Ha, thought it through," I said sarcastically. "So what am I? A dog that comes when called and leaves when told. She tells me to go and I run over right away. She changes her mind, and I come back to wait for orders." I shouted loudly. This was the first time I'd had an emotional breakdown in front of my mom. My mom was stunned, then scolded. "What nonsense are you spouting? What dog this, dog that? You have a divine opportunity and you don't want it. This is your destiny." "What dog shit destiny? Is this the destiny you've assigned me? Am I your son, or is she your real daughter? Why are you sticking up for her so much? If you want to get married, go marry her yourself. I'm not going to." After saying that, I hung up the phone hard. I was completely disappointed in Serena and wouldn't give her another chance. So when she realized I'd blocked her, she panicked. Because this was the first time I'd blocked her, and without leaving any room for doubt, she clearly realized that this time she might really not be able to go back, that I really wanted to break up with her. She frantically switched numbers to call me and send me messages begging me to get back together. After I ignored everything, she turned to her mother for help. "Mike, Aunt has told me everything. Aunt knows that this time it was really Serena's fault. Can you forgive her for Aunt's sake?" "Ha, how big is your face?" Serena's mother. "There's no possibility for me and Serena." "Mike, Serena has been crying at home for the past 2 days, not eating or going to work. She really likes you. She just did something wrong this time, but she knows she was wrong. She knows she was wrong, so I have to forgive her?" You know, Serena's father passed away a few years ago, and her personality has become a little strange. I've been busy with business and haven't been able to discipline her much. She's also a pitiful child. It's always the same speech, I'm tired of hearing it. I still politely refused. Serena deserves someone better. Seeing that I wasn't giving in, Serena's mother got angry and her tone turned nasty. "Mike, my daughter marrying you is a blessing. Don't be so ungrateful. Take a look at your family's conditions. Someone like you being able to marry my daughter is a great honor. So you're dropping the act?" I scoffed. "Yeah, your daughter is so good, why is she clinging to me? Is it because no one wants her and she can't get married? That's right, with that demanding personality and no manners, who would want her? I was determined to break off all ties with Serena, so my words were particularly unforgiving. Serena's mother went crazy. Someone like you wants to get married? Keep dreaming. My Serena is the best. You don't deserve her at all. Penny pinching just like your aunt. You're the one with no manners. Someone who had a father to give birth, but no father to raise. I was furious but still calm. Ha ha. Are you talking about Serena herself? So you also think your daughter is that way. Also remember to prepare the delivery fees and customer negotiation fees from before. I'll come get them in a few days. Serena couldn't contact me, and was so anxious that she actually chased me to my company. She looked at me pitifully, sobbing. Mike, why aren't you answering my calls or replying to my messages? I went to your aunt's house to look for you but you weren't there. I searched for a long time to find the address of your company. Because after we got together, Serena never asked me where my company was, let alone came to find me. So it was obvious from the start. And I foolishly jumped into the fire so many times. It was after work, and there were a lot of people coming and going, so I pulled Serena to a secluded place. We've already broken up. If you don't want things to get uglier, let's just part ways amicably. No, I don't want to break up. She cried even louder. I can't live without you, I really like you. She can't live without my money, that's the truth. I'm telling the truth, look. Only then did I realize that she had actually picked up the necklace and ring that she'd thrown away and put them back on. I sneered. Using the money I spent to win me back, you're really making good plans. Her face flushed red. What yours, what mine, isn't it all our money? Ha ha. That's really interesting. Why didn't you say that when we were buying the house? Why didn't you say that when I gave you gifts? I suddenly understood. Oh, so what you mean is that you don't have to spend money on me, but I have to keep spending money on you? Serena, don't be so greedy. It's not like that at all. She tried her best to make excuses. I just wanted to make it up to you after we got married. Nothing but lies. I really didn't want to argue with her anymore, so I said ruthlessly, don't bother me anymore. If there's a next time, give me back the gold necklace and gold ring I bought you. She immediately covered the ring and took a step back, looking at me warily. There's no reason to return something that's already been given away. I looked at her actions coldly. After I got home, I was surprised to see my aunt sitting in the living room. Aunt, why are you here? If I didn't come, I'd be worried to death by you. What's going on with you? You said you were getting married and now you're not. And you even went to Serena's aunt to ask for back wages, and even wanted Serena to give back the ring and necklace. Aunt and them told me everything. So many years wasted teaching you. Where did all that reading go? Mike, talk. I was silent. You've lost all my face. How will I hold my head up in the future? What do you want to do if you don't get married? Are you trying to turn the world upside down? You have to get married. Aunt. I suddenly spoke. The marriage you want, is that so you can watch me suffer for the rest of my life? She was stunned. I'm doing this for your own good. Serena is a good kid. For my own good? A good kid. I sneered. Is she really good if she puts on a face for you guys so many times? Is she really good if she doesn't lend me money when I ask her to? Is she really good if she agrees to get married, and then suddenly changes her mind at the courthouse? I've had enough. Just thinking about marrying a woman like that in the future makes me sick all over. Her face turned green. If you don't marry her, don't think about coming home. She was still so stubborn. I closed my eyes wearily. Whatever. I'd rather not go back to a family like this. From that day on, my aunt thought she could threaten me and force me to get married. Because since I was little, I'd hardly ever disobeyed her. At worst, she just had to bring up that sentence and I would obediently listen. But I didn't want to live that kind of life anymore. So when she found out that I wasn't making a single phone call back, that no one was answering her calls to me, and that I didn't even think about going home, she completely panicked. She was afraid that her only son would break free from her control. She was afraid that her son, who had always been proud of being obedient, would no longer be controlled by her. What to do? Her later years could only rely on her only son. She was both angry and worried, and when call after call went unanswered, she finally compromised. Son, if you don't want to marry Serena, then don't. She lowered her head as if it weighed 1,000 pounds. I'm old, I can't order you around anymore. I lowered my head obediently. Aunt, it was my fault. I will definitely take good care of you in the future. She sighed. Not Serena is okay, but you have to get married. Go on a blind date in a few days. Aunt is just afraid that you'll get old and won't be able to find a wife. Okay. And I don't want to either. But I don't want to foolishly jump into a fire pit, even though I know it's there. At this moment, the positions of controller and controlled were reversed. I started going on blind dates. Most of the blind dates were still the daughters of my aunt's good friends. But this time I had the freedom to choose. Wasn't today's one okay? Not suitable. Sigh, okay. Then let's see a few more. I met today's date at a coffee shop. As soon as I sat down, before I could say a few words, Serena rushed in from somewhere. Mike, you're actually on a blind date. She was teary-eyed. Then what am I? What was that thing about wanting to marry me? In an instant, everyone in the coffee shop looked over, whispering, Who are you? Don't you know he has a girlfriend? Get out of here. The blind date looked surprised. I apologized slightly. Sorry, this is my ex-girlfriend. We broke up a long time ago. No breakup. I don't agree to break up. I ignored her. I'll pay for today's meal. I'm leaving first. Then I dragged Serena out of the store. Mike, you still like me, right? She reached out to grab me, but I dodged her disgustedly. My aunt told me you have to marry me. You can't go on blind dates. I was full of impatience. You're so noisy. We broke up a long time ago. Do you not understand? No. I don't want to break up. What did I say last time? If you bother me again, give me back the stuff. You already gave it to me. You can't take it back. Haha, really? I said sarcastically. This is a gift with special meaning, given under the premise of marriage. You went back on your word. Of course I can take it back. She looked terrified. No, you can't do this to me. Are you going to give it or not? If you don't, I'll sue you in court. You must be lying to me. You're saying this on purpose, aren't you? The blind date is definitely fake too. You're just trying to make me jealous, trying to win me back. I already know I was wrong. Let's live a good life together in the future, okay? I rolled my eyes at her. How self-absorbed. I couldn't be bothered to explain, so I turned around and waved. Then wait for the court summons. Serena and them kept coming back to harass me, so don't blame me for turning my back on them. I went to Serena's aunt's store to ask her for the money I was owed. Mike, we're all family. Why do you need wages? Even close brothers need to settle accounts. Serena's aunt, don't talk nonsense, and I have no relationship with your family. She continued to act dumb. Isn't that just a matter of time? Why worry about these things? These young people these days really don't understand human relationships. I broke up with your daughter a long time ago, and you promised to give me the money. Otherwise, why would I run so many errands for free? Seeing that she couldn't fool me, Serena's aunt simply went for broke. My daughter also spent money on you when you were dating. And now you're embarrassed to come ask me for money. How dare you? I scoffed. Then I'm really sorry. Your daughter didn't spend a single penny on me. Hurry up, give me the money. No money. What can you do to me? No money, right? Then I'll sit here and not leave. I guess she would play dirty, so I brought a small stool with me and sat in front of her store. I also held up a sign with the words, Black-hearted boss doesn't pay wages. People came and went outside the store, and passers-by would stop and point. I specially picked those big-mouthed aunt to tell them about the entanglement between me and Serena's aunt's rogue behavior of not paying. And I sat there for days talking all day long. Business people are most afraid of not being trustworthy. As Serena's aunt's reputation got worse and worse, she finally couldn't hold on any longer. Here, take it and leave quickly. My Serena was really unlucky to meet you. I counted the money and said without looking up. I should be saying that. After a moment, still short 300. Serena's aunt's eyes widened, with an expression of disbelief. Why don't you just rob me? I shook my head. I'm only taking what I should. She didn't move anymore. I stared at her for a while and then laughed. Then I picked up my small stool and continued walking towards the entrance of the store. Wait. I'll give it to you. She was furious. But there was nothing she could do. She could only use words to vent her anger. You look so poor. You must have been a poor ghost in your past life, destined to never get rich. I didn't respond, and after putting away the money, I left with my small stool. Later, Serena still didn't return the items to me. I sued her in court. Before long, I also got my stuff back. I put the ring and necklace on Snowy. You have to say, Snowy is so white it looks pretty good with these. Especially the paws after wearing the ring, sparkling. I took a picture and posted it on my social media, and Serena was furious. After that, I met a suitable girl. We got along very well, and we were happy after marriage. I heard that Serena has been forced to go on blind dates by her aunt, But because of Serena's bizarre behavior with me before, no one has been interested in her. She also lost her job and stayed at home all day, living off her aunt. Her aunt didn't like her and beat and scolded her. Once Serena fought back, and with too much force, she sent her aunt to the hospital. Serena was arrested for intentional injury. Serena's aunt will have to spend the rest of her life in the hospital. But all of this has nothing to do with me.